got everything you want from a wave, a nice barrel section, and then it starts to horseshoe around that reef, and it offers the opportunity for competitors like this to lay down big carves. Lakey Peterson cutting some of the deepest tracks of all the CT surfers in 2018, and also breaking through for a victory up against Malia Manuel, the most final surfer on the championship tour at the moment without that big win. So Malia with a lot to chase down here. Great little behind-the-scenes insight into what the competitors are trying to do, what kind of psychological blows they're trying to strike to their rivals out here as Malia looks to get things started. Hooks that little whipping turn around.
Beautiful lines, and Malia Manuel deciding to get on the board up and over that lip, and then Malia just unfortunately doesn't ride out of this one. That's that tricky end section. It kind of convolges all on that little trough. There's so much water going through that inside section.
Like we've seen so many times in the past, that end section tricky to ride out of, and you'd call that last turn incomplete. Lakey just trying to get herself well positioned now for a solid set wave. There's been some real quality in the conditions these past 3 days.
Just to get a win off of her in those conditions, for me, means a lot, because it feels good. You know, she's great in barrels, and I just feel really great to get the win off her in turn. So yeah, I'm stoked.
And as we catch up on Malia's wave, you can tell that she's just looking for that perfect section to hit. I think the debrief after that wave is you have to attack that first section. So a little bit caught up in 2 minds of what maneuver to go to, Cation, of what we can expect for the rest of this heat. But Lakey gets more of a tapered wall, and she starts to hook into the second turn. Really beautiful lines for Lakey, especially that second turn. So I think that could set the benchmark for this heat.
Let's see what Malia can do. She's really going to try and make the most of the first section now. Again, just doesn't quite get it right, and as a result goes down.
Was saying just how hard it is to attack the slip when it's coming at you with so much force. It kind of lurches out at you.
Lakey chasing it down the line. She gets that first turn wrong.
Similar errors there on from both Malia and Lakey.
I might try and check in with Strider too, because sometimes these morning sessions, we've seen it early on, it's really hard to read that first cupped out wall.
Really hard to attack the lip line, so having to get out in front of it is key right now, and the surfers in the water too deep in their positioning, so they're having to come around that section, and that's been the kind of hinder of their performance today.
Well, Malia's going to make up for it on this one. Solid first turn. Winds her board through a nice carve, just transitioning down the line here. This wave's not going to really step up and give us something to hit on the end section. But with 15.5 minutes to go, that should be the best wave of the heat. Really getting into the first section, Rosie. I'll allow you to kind of break down just how solid this first move is.
Well, Strider said it so well. Just get out in front of it, and that's what she does so well there. And then another wrapping maneuver. So, you know, she adjusted from those few mistakes. She realized the wave, the tempo. She's got to get her timing a little bit better and get out in front. So really just digs in on the section, and then make sure that she stays on her feet. That's so important, to keep that center of gravity over your board and make sure that you kind of plant it and then can go straight into your next turn, because that section seems to taper off and the ladies want to keep it in that critical section. Suffer an injury, you sit out of events and you watch everything unfold. It gives you that sense of hunger and purpose in your surfing. I think Lakey's found that in 2018.
So using priority on this wave, it's a smaller one, so she's really going to have to attack it. Solid first turn. Clicking into her flow now, wants to try and squeeze something else in here. Drives up into the pocket, kicks on that tail, and banks off the foam. So a solid ride, well put together, a medium-sized wave. How do you think that's going to affect the score?
Lakey, that's a good, just a solid ride, just well put together. Even had the finish, not a bigger wave like you said. But I still think the judges are going to enjoy the technical aspect and the difficulty of doing these turns and just wrapping them right around, and then also just going straight into another one. Gets a little bit hung up there, bangs it again, and finds this inside connection. So just a good, solid ride to get going. It's not going to go excellent. It could go good, but I think Lakey, she's just getting that little bit of momentum that she needs. She's going to get on a set wave and really feel comfortable on the wall.
Welcome back to the Corona Bali Protected, presented by Hurley. Lakey Peterson and Malia Manuel in the quarterfinals. Looking to progress through to semi-final number 2. Semi-1 already established. Malia up at the moment, and she is trying to extend her lead at the moment. And And a couple of solid whipping carves there. Championship Tour surfer Rosie Hodge.
Yeah, here we go. Malia, beautiful, smooth style, but also that added bit of aggression. You see that board just talk all the way around, and then another one. So what I'm seeing is Malia just taking that momentum
On her previous wave, so that should help. Lakey chasing it down the line. Hammers the first section. Out into the pocket. Tries to get that cut down carve happening. Just over 8 minutes to go.
Chris Moore bringing it into this quarterfinal. Lakey, also a solid turn, and then kind of just turns off the fins then, gets a little bit hung up. So not the second maneuver Lakey was going for. She just gets a little bit off balance on that exchange.
Might have hit a bit of chop there on that inside section. Malia's going to keep busy now. Looking to line up the barrel. She tucks in. She's locked. And she can't find the key to get out.
Looks like Lakey getting an opportunity to extend her lead over Malia. This first turn getting out on the open face, but this second one right here in that critical section, right up in the cupping part of the lip, comes around for the cutback maneuver, looks to finish it off, gets that hit in. She knows how important it is to kind of round out these waves and make sure she finishes on her feet. But the second turn on that wave is going to show a lot of promise for a good score.
Going off what we'd seen earlier, there it is, 6.27. The judges rewarded her well earlier on for a similar turn. So she's out in front now, and Malia needs a 6.93. What a start to this ride. This wave's starting to flatten out, unfortunately, though. Malia's going to stick with it, hoping that it just lines up on the inside. It really didn't do much at all. So with 30 seconds to go, she might not get another opportunity here, Rosie.
Been enjoying the way that Malia's been surfing. This first turn gets right up into it, and like we've been saying, as soon as you lay it all on the line with that first maneuver, the judges really like to reward you. But unfortunately, this is one of those waves that kind of broke off the reef, and it fattens out completely. Surfed so beautifully well.
Well, this one coming to a close. The clock winding down. Lakey Peterson feeling confident, showing us some of that rail work. Big carve to kick that ride off, but it was already in the bag for the Californian, getting the win over Malia Manuel to earn her place in the semi-finals.